Employee engagement, a concept that's been around for a number of years, but at the same time one that is not well enough understood by many people, organizations, and even governments that are wishing to pursue the benefits of this concept in terms of realizing the enhanced value to performance and productivity of workforces, of populations, and unfortunately, that realization has dawned only on a limited few. Despite the significant amount of research that has been conducted on the topic and has demonstrated a significant positive return to organizations, again, very few are understanding the formula required to fully leverage an engaged workforce and realize the benefits associated with that. A lot of organizations who, in my personal experience, I've been able to work with over the last decade, some of whom have been regarded as employers of choice in their respective markets of operation, have only made small inroads into realizing the full benefit of an engaged workforce on the execution of their business strategy. Others, unfortunately, make the fundamental error of assuming that an engaged workforce is one that can be created by a one-size-fits-all approach. Equally, the opportunity to elevate engagement through the introduction of perks and gimmicks. Neither of these strategies, unfortunately, are proving to be effective. When it comes to engaging the workforce, lessons learned at a personal level, and certainly those from those organizations who have truly emerged as employers of choice, suggest that it's a case of back to basics, getting the tangible right, but more importantly, understanding what the workforce is looking for in terms of its intangible experience from the employer organization. Often the temptation on the part of employer organizations is to introduce the latest fad or flavor of the month when it comes to engaging their workforce. Unfortunately, these particular initiatives have a very short-term benefit. They are not sustainable in my experience, and again, inevitably end up costing a lot of money that could be better spent elsewhere. In terms of my own personal experience, as well as that of research that has been conducted globally on this topic, it comes down to an organization catering to 4 fundamental needs of its employees. The first of these needs relates to the need for trust. Trust in the organization, trust in its leadership, that there will be a commitment to deliver when promises have been made, that there will be a clear, open and transparent communication at all times, that leaders will operate with integrity, that the values that are espoused are the values that are in use on a day-to-day basis. The second need relates to the concept of hope. Employees expecting that if they spend their time on the job, they'll be afforded the opportunity of actually growing, of learning, of realizing their longer career ambitions in that organizational context. Thirdly, the need for a sense of worth, where employees want to believe if they make a concerted effort, if they demonstrate commitment, that they will be recognized and rewarded accordingly. They want to feel that they are part of a bigger whole, more than just themselves, understanding how what they do contributes to the attainment of the ultimate business imperatives of their employer, whatever those might be. Sense of worth also implies that employees will be treated with respect and dignity, regardless of whatever level they occupy in the organization. And lastly, the need for a sense of competence that employees have, wanting to be deployed into roles that are going to truly challenge and test them, that are going to utilize their skills and talents to the full, making sure that they have the opportunity to gain access to the resources, to the tools, to the technology that they need to be effective in what is required of them on a day-to-day basis. And that they will be free of unrealistic expectations, ridiculous deadlines, conflicting messages, and thereby be able to contribute their very best. Now, if one looks at the range of initiatives that organizations put in place to try and drive engagement, one can very much ensure that those are reduced back down to these 4 fundamental needs. So the recipe itself, concentrate on delivering against these 4 needs, and the battle to engaging your workforce will be very much along the path to achievement. By focusing in on delivering an employment experience that addresses these 4 fundamental needs, companies, whether they be private sector, public sector, NGOs, regardless of whatever the nature of their business, if they can achieve at least addressing these fundamental needs, they will be assured that their challenge around creating an engaged workforce becomes a lot more manageable, there'll be a lot less clutter, and that they will achieve a sustainable outcome as opposed again to a short-term quick fix. The lesson again from this exercise is that there are no silver bullets, there are no quick fixes when it comes to engagement. There needs to be a plan in place, there needs to be a commitment from leadership, and there needs to be an acknowledgement that one size does not necessarily fit all. Those organizations who truly excel in this regard have adopted a very differentiated and segmented approach. They try and understand the different elements of their workforce and deliver an experience that resonates with the aspirations and needs and desires of those different pools of employees.